Hello stamping friends, Claire Daly here from Melbourne, Australia. Today I want to show you how I did the colouring on this card. So I have made this card for my subscriber tutorial this week, and I love how the variations in the colour turned out. So I thought I would show you how I achieved that. So that's the front of the card, and then open up and there's just a little bit of the DSP. So this is the beautiful Delicate Dreams Designer Series paper. I'm not sure if you can see the foiling on that, which is really pretty. And I have used one of my sketches, which I will link down below the video, that you can download the sketch that has got the measurements in both metric and imperial if you want to use this card sketch with and have the right measurements for the designer series paper underneath. And this is the beautiful new Hydrangea Hue, one of the new Stampin' Up in colours, which launches next week, so that's very exciting. So the main thing, so all of that information will show you how to put the video together, how to put the card together. But in the video today, I wanted to show you how I achieved the colouring on the pieces. Now we're using this beautiful, these Help Me Grow dies, which are really, I'll take that up, probably be a bit shiny under the lights. These dies, absolutely love them. Fantastic garden tools, it's pot, some foliage, some you can use this as the dirt at the bottom, some little place name tag things you can pop in there as well. And you can even do these handles out of pattern paper to make really cute utensils with floral handles. So it's really gorgeous. Comes with a stamp set, of course. Don't have that here to show you today. Comes with a stamp set and as a bundle, or you can just get the dies by themselves, which is what I did. And yeah, so that's the Help Me Grow dies is what we're using. And what I have done to start with is I have just cut out all of the dies that I want out of a piece of basic white cardstock. So I cut two of this one as the background foliage, one of this one here, and then the three pieces of the flowers, they come from two dies. So you can see this die here cuts out two pieces and one piece there, and then you've got the bits for the pots. Now the pot's really cool in that it cuts, when you die cut, you get these little, it cuts the little slots in there as well. So you can place the pot inside the pot, and then you just use some tape on the bottom at the back to secure that in place. Same thing with the foliage, is that you can tuck your foliage in there and then use some tape on the back to tape that down when you've got it in position. So that's really good for positioning. But let me show you the colouring. Basically, we're just using stamp pads and sponge daubers. So you don't need different colour cardstocks. Just it's all in your ink. So we're using Cajun Craze. We're using that for the pot. We're using Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. The two separate types of foliage, we're using a different colour on that. And for the flowers, we're using the brand new Hydrangea Hue stamp pad. Now this stamp pad, you'll notice, looks different to this one here. And the reason for that is Stampin' Up are transitioning to a new style of stamp pad. These look open, they're magnetic, they stack on top of each other, but they also open really easily, and they are fantastic. They'll be much easier for people, especially people with arthritis, and some of those, the older style are a little bit harder to open, but these are super easy. And you don't need to worry about, oh my goodness, which top is that, which base is that from, because you'll always have the name written on the back from the label as well. So they're really great. I love them. They fit inside the current Stampin' storage. So, the current Stampin' pad storage that we sell with Stampin' Up. They stick out a little bit more than the other ones, but they do fit within that same system. So that's really good. So next year, when Stampin' Up do a colour refresh, they've told us that they are doing one. Next year, they will be all of this. The new stamp pads will come out in this in this new style. So it doesn't mean you have to replace your old stamp pads. I won't be doing that. It just means, you know, as if they introduce new colors, this is the style that you will be purchasing. So as I said, I have cut all of those out, all of the bits that I wanted from the dies, just out of a piece of basic white, not even thick, just the normal basic white cardstock. There we go. So let's start with the pot. For the colouring on the pot, see, these are a little bit harder to open now. Just to show you why we've transitioned. This isn't the colour that I use, Stacks. So, copper clay, Cash and Craze. So we're going to start off by adding a little bit of colour most of the way. So it's just daubing the colour onto the pot. And that gives you that sort of speckled look, but also naturally that you get some variation in the colour just by doing that. So you're wanting to have a light coverage, but then you're wanting to, on the very edges, you're wanting to have a little bit more. So I'm just sponging a little bit more on those. On there, and then on this side I'm going to do a little bit more. Actually bring that sponging in a bit more. That'll mostly be covered by foliage at the back. But can you see what I'm doing? All you need to do is to apply more sponging to build up the colour and to blend the colours in. And by doing that, you know, you're getting that really speckled, almost textural look, which would be a terracotta pot. On the pot, whoops, I think this is the side we want to do. So lightly and then when around the edges, you want to do a little bit darker. And so there we go. I might put a little bit more on the pot. Super simple to do. You just need to buy a pack of sponge daubers if you don't already have them. I'll link to the products down below and the colours that I used. But there we go. So that's our pot. Let's have a look at the foliage. So glad we're moving to that new style. Okay, so we're going to do Old Olive. I'm doing these ones at the back I did in Old Olive. So these ones here, put those aside. Old Olive dauber. And again, light coverage over, it doesn't have to be precise. In fact, the least precise you are, the better you are. Okay, so once I've got some of that basic colour on there, what I'm going to do now is add a bit more darker in the middle here, and then a little bit on the ends. I might add a bit of darker Old Olive. So that's one. It's actually quite therapeutic, tap, tap, tapping. See how the sponge daubers fit on the end of your finger? Okay, we'll do a little bit darker. Oops, onto my nails there. A little bit on the ends. Oh, a little bit more on that one. So there's our old olive ones. Now we're going to change dauber and change ink pad again. This time we're going to go to Mossy Meadow, which is it's the piece of foliage that is right at the front, so it's a little bit darker. It's this one here. So again, just tap, tap, tapping to get the base color there. This ink pad hasn't, excuse me, hasn't been re-inked as recently, so a little bit extra tapping on this one. So pretty, these dyes. Oh, absolutely love them. So I want to get some more, bit darker, I think, on here. You just keep on building up the colour till you get the colour that you like. I daub rather than rub it on because you're just getting that textural effect, and you're not sort of blending in the ink as much. You're sort of getting the textural stamping from the texture in the top of the dauber. So there we go. You can see how that one's a bit darker. In fact, I might do it a little bit darker still. Just to add a little bit of contrast. Okay, so there's our piece, our Mossy Meadow piece. And then lastly, for the flowers, oopsie, that's what jeans are for, right? Lastly, for the flowers, I'm going to use Hydrangea Hue. So look how much easier that was to open. Pieces here, and I am just, whoops, this is a newer ink pad, as you can see. So it's such an easy way, really great technique to teach beginners, really great for children. If you're stamping with your children or grandchildren, it's a really great technique. What I recommend is that you keep your sponge daubers for one for each colour, and then you can get on various places, eBay, Amazon, you can get their sponge dauber holders. And as you can see, I've labelled them in various different ways that I've had. This is actually one of the labels off the back of the ink pad, just in another language. I mean, I'll know by looking at it that that's Hydrangea Hue. So I just popped that on my sponge dauber. And so just having different sponge daubers for different colours, and you can buy them in packs, and I'll link to them below, is really all that you need. And then it's just a matter of popping those together. And as I mentioned, you know, you've got your bits where you can slot things in, pop your tape on the back. So I did that, and then I put these in and taped those down on the back with tear and tape. Once you get it how you want it looking, pop that one over and just put your tape on the back there. Where is my tear and tape? Here it is. While we're there, I'll show you and the sentiment that I've used on this card. Wishing you good things. That's a really sweet sentiment, isn't it? So just by popping that bit of tape on the back, that's going to hold that in place. And same thing is when you pop that in there, you can pop that in place. And then I use the green glue to just pop on the back of the flowers and pop them wherever I wanted, just over the top. Like so. That's all that's involved in the colouring. Super simple, isn't it? But really effective. Now, as I mentioned, this Wishing You Good Things is from the Banner Saying stamp set, which is this one here. So this has got sentiments that actually fit really nice in the 3 banner punch. So I absolutely love this punch. Just stamp it, then punch it out with whichever one of those that you want. I've popped that on over a piece of linen thread. So there we go. So I hope that has been helpful in showing you a really great beginner colouring technique. Really super easy, but giving you a really great textural effect, which I think is really great for foliage and looks amazing, I think, on the terracotta pot as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you again soon.